Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen, and in this episode, Orpheus and his army are going to continue their assault on the Imperial forces here in Lake Jannnenia. So we've been encountering some pretty decent success here, despite our units being under-leveled. And it's purposely that we're putting in under-leveled units here, because we want to try to get as many of our units, especially the Amazons, to at least level 4 so they can transform into clerics. Clerics are going to be really important for the next battle in the Pilgrim Forest. As I said in the last episode, we could have went there this battle, but this one's, the Lake Jannnenia, is a little bit easier, and so we wanted to head here first. So to build up our experience, get some more clerics. So one of the important things, though, is remember when we're trying to build up our characters to promote them, the Amazons, to clerics, is that they need to get kills. So you might want to put weapons that you might have found in treasures on your Amazons to allow them to deal more damage and thus more likely get a kill. So because it's only the character, you only get those boosts in alignment and charisma when the character actually does the kill. So it's not the entire unit that gets that, it's the specific character. So I rearranged my party there, my formation, with that cleric unit with the octopus to be able to target the Hawkman on the left that was still alive, but looks like that beast man and his unit is tired of fighting octopus unit, because I guess they're tired of losing, and it's gonna try, I guess, to pick up some easier targets over here. But maybe it might be some easier battles, but it has 3 whole units that it may have to contend with, so let's see how we go here. So, and our unit looks pretty stacked here, pretty good. We have a werewolf there, or not a werewolf, or our hellhound there on the right. So if we do eliminate that hawk man on the left there in the front row, that hellhound will be able to hit the hawkman in the back row, maybe eliminate it before being able to eliminate the beastmaster, the unit leader there on the back left. So I said werewolf there because werewolves are actually a unit that you can actually pick up in this map here. So there are actually 2 ways to get werewolf units on this map. The way we're going to get them is you can recruit them as a neutral unit in the mountains. So, and in the sea here, where we're doing our fighting here now, you can recruit level 5 Raven Men, which are the evil variant of the updated Hawkmen there. So we definitely want to get 2 of them. So, and unfortunately we are doing some pretty poor damage here, so hopefully our octopus can come through with his 4 attacks, and that probably just saved our saved that battle for us. So, but now that unit's probably going to be wondering what to do. So the other units in the meantime up there, they know what to do. Hold the bridge. So, alright, that's good. The thing is coming back to fight the octopus unit. So hopefully we can eliminate this unit here now. And if we do manage to eliminate this unit, because it's the only flying unit, we don't have to worry then about really defending the lake anymore. So you can have this octopus unit do what I initially wanted it to do, and that is to block off any retreating units that are coming down that road to assault that one city that we have liberated. We have those 3 units hanging out. So alright, finish him off, octopus. Woohoo! And we got quite a lot of levels there, so I have to check our stats. The Amazon should be level 4. Whether or not they got the alignment and their charisma boost, though, that's another story. So And we're seeing the second one of this unit here. There are two of these units, then two of the units with clerics and giants. Two of those annoying units with the wild men in the front row. Two units with wizards, and led by the Valkyrie, and then two with the Doll Mage Golem, and then that one flying unit. That encompasses the unit, the amount of units that the enemy has in this map. So now we can have, nope, she is level 3, so. But one of the good things is, we've noticed that she did get a kill because her charisma is now 54 and her alignment is 53. So that means she has the stats necessary, both charisma and alignment, to transition into a cleric. So we'll also probably want to transform one of our characters into our own Valkyrie. So the good thing about this unit is our wizard there can target some of those enemies in the back row, weaken them up. We have it on the strong command, so you can see it. He alternated his attacks between the two knights there. So, and our octopus hurting that leader knight there a little bit, but even though we hurt the leader, we still have the still has more than 50% of its strength, so it'll be continue to attack. So you may want to actually pull some of these armies, these units back, though. Sometimes you may want to make that tactical retreat to position your other units. Right now, like every time where our unit is right now, if we win the battle, what ends up happening is we'll push the unit back, but they'll be closer when they retreat to the town, the city that we didn't have liberated, so they can go there and heal up. So, but eventually we want to lay that trap where any of the units that retreat when defeated will retreat back into one of our ambushing octopi units. So he took a little bit of a beating there, but our other unit there is fully healed, so now we're going to rotate it into the fray. And we had our other cleric unit there with the Hellhound kind of march up and help take care of that flying unit, but now they can march in and take care of this large group of land-based enemies that are coming after us. If I fight this battle again, maybe push the fighters over to the far right. That way they focus more of their attacks on the Amazon on the right. So, because even though right now if we have our tactics set on weak, the fighter in the left, there on our left, won't be able to target the Amazon on the right because of its position. So. But we lost again, but it's okay. Like I said, it's not so bad that we lost because, like I said, if we would have won, we probably would have just pushed that unit back further, and it may have decided to, depending if we defeated the leader or not, would have started doing a retreat back to the enemy base to heal up and get new units. So we don't really want to defeat that unit, especially the leader, until we have one of those octopi units in the back there to block it from retreating. So yeah, checking out our cards. Their stacks are a little bit low, but we should be okay. So now you normally get cards. The normal way to get cards is obviously to liberate cities and temples, but another way you can get cards is in some stores you can buy an item called the Joker card, and basically it just you use the Joker card item and it randomly selects one of the tarot cards for you. So It's a good way to, if you're boning through a lot of tarot cards, you need a specific tarot card. Sometimes we'll want specific tarot cards. Not so much right now, but like toward endgame, there's a lot of bosses are going to be have really strong magical attacks. So in those cases, having a card like the World card, which makes your characters immune to magical attacks, is really, really good. So I should have set my tactics there to weak so that my wizard would attack the golem instead of the doll mage there. So yeah, because the physical attacks that our characters are doing ain't really doing much damage. So not a good setup for this unit right now. Probably should have had that octopus would have been better on the left to hit the golem. Now normally I want to liberate with a high alignment unit, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and that wizard unit took quite a beating, so we're going to have him liberate a unit, liberate that city. So our reputation is looking pretty good, so it's not going to matter too much that we may not get a boost in reputation for liberating that town. We will get a boost for liberating that town, that city, though, because when we get there, they're going to ask us a certain question, and if we answer like a hero would, we will get a boost to our reputation. So luckily we didn't take out that knight leader there, so that unit will still keep attacking. Let's alter our characters up a little bit there. We'll put the Hellhound on the left there, because if that unit fights the knight unit again there, the subordinate knight, the one that's not the unit leader, is on the left. And you want to take out the subordinates before you take out the leader, because remember, if you take out the leader, they're just going to march back to the enemy base, and pick up a new unit leader and a new full unit. So we'd have to fight that unit again, fully strength, with the 2 fighters in the front and a new knight leader. So I guess it worked out good for, even though we didn't win that battle, it worked out good because our Hellhound was in a position to attack the golem there. If the Hellhound would have been over onto the right, then it would have potentially hit the it would have hit the unit leader, the doll mage. So we have quite a bit of clerics, so to give that unit a little bit more of a damage boost, it doesn't need 2 characters healing it. We'll change one of our clerics into a Valkyrie. So that's the more physical class of the Amazon tree. From the front row, they use their spear attack. From the rear row, they will have a targeted lightning attack. So that will be good. We can have the Valkyrie in the back row, and it'll be able to deal damage to characters like the that golem, because it's going to be using some magic. So the only thing you gotta watch out for is magic tends to be a little bit more powerful than physical attacks. So one thing you gotta watch out for is if you have magical units, they're more likely to get kills, and you have to watch your alignment and charisma. If your character's getting too many kills, they're obviously gonna start killing enemies that are probably gonna be weaker than them, and that'll drop their charisma and alignment, and that may prevent them from advancing in their class. So Valkyries can eventually upgrade into Muses. So most classes tend to have 2 upgrades to them. So some, like the Cleric, have 3. Cleric to Shaman, Amazon to Cleric to Shaman, then to Monk. So, and then some classes just have 1 promotion and that's it, like the Witch. So, for instance, the Witch will never have to worry about the the witches' charisma and alignment, because all our witches have, maxed out their advancement tree. So, not that your witch will be really getting a lot of alignment and charisma changes anyway, because the witch, being in the back row, is never going to deal damage. The witch is always going to be using that stun attack. And remember, in order to get that charisma or alignment change, you have to actually defeat the enemy unit. And you can't defeat an enemy unit just inflicting status on them, so... Witches can be pretty good for shutting down units here, so... Especially more toward the end game. Because enemy units will be, like I said, we're still kind of in the early game here, so enemy units ain't normally stacked to their full potential. This unit is, though. It has 2 large characters, 1 small character, so remember, a unit can have up to 5 characters in it based on size. So large takes up 2 slots, small 1, so this unit actually is full composition, so all units you always want to build. There's no real advantage to ever having a less than a full unit composition, so some people argue, well, like if you're trying to avoid area of attacks, less units you have in your unit means less taken damage from the area of attack, but it's better most of the time to just fill out your units to maximize damage. So one of the good things about the unit that we're fighting here now is, and the unit that we're fighting with is, only physical attacks, and we put that cleric to sleep with a Hierophant card. So that cleric is going to be asleep the entire battle. There was no way for us to wake that cleric up, so there was no way, of course, then for the cleric to heal any of the damage that we were doing to those giants. So we managed to weaken up those giants pretty good, and so change our tactics to strong there. So that way, if depending on if that knight and how much damage it does to the Amazon, the fighter in the middle may target it, but it should target the leader of the unit now, because it did more. The unit leader had more hit points than the Amazon. Strong, remember, goes after the unit which has the most hit points. If it's actually, it goes after the unit with the most hit points that it can successfully reach. So even if we were on strong tactics here, that fighter would attack the Amazon and the back right, because that's the only one it can reach. So, but this is why it was important, like I said earlier, about getting that octopus unit back here, because these units here with the Wildman leader, the way they're configured, most likely what ends up happening is you're never going to be able to defeat, well, it's more than likely that you're not going to defeat the Amazons in the back row before you defeat that Wildman leader, and they're just going to keep retreating back and back and back. So as I said, it's good that we got this octopus unit here to block off, because we have another one of those Wildman units down there. So we're probably going to encounter something very similar, where we'll end up defeating the Wildman unit leader, and it'll retreat, but it'll retreat back into our happy octopus unit there, who's setting up good flanking positions. So I have a favor to ask of you. Please help us. All of the girls from this town have been taken from the man in the castle in Lake Jannnenia. We can hear their screams from within the castle. It's unbearable. Will you help our daughters? If we say yes, we get a slight reputation boost. If you say no, you'll actually lose reputation there. So I believe it's a 5-point boost either way. So now we've pretty much got the Emperor's units under control here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start liberating some more of the towns. Orpheus and his folks will start flying around to liberate some towns. We'll start off by that temple up there in the upper left. So and that Doll Mage unit is retreating. might have to send somebody after it then. But let's take out the units that we can right here. One thing you gotta watch for is you want to keep track of, not so much here because this map is small, but to, like when we see, you'll see in the Pilgrim Forest map when we get to it, sometimes maps are really, really large, and you gotta like, keep track of the enemy units and remember, like, make a mental note like, oh, this unit was doing this, because otherwise you may lose track of an enemy unit. And enemy units, your characters kind of have what you would call like old games call fog vision, where they can only see so far ahead of them. So if, for instance, that unit that you're treating, that Doll Mage unit, Golem unit, if it gets too far away from one of our units, well, we can't effectively see it anymore because it's out of our vision range. And you won't be able to see it until you move another unit closer to it. So you got to remember where it kind of moved in the map, so you don't lose track of it. Otherwise, you know, you'll forget about it, and it may sneak back and may take back a city that you liberated. Termites, they're an odd item. They break down walls. Walls ain't going to be much of an issue for a while. But there are some maps later on that feature walls, and those walls, they can't be passed unless by a flying unit. So if you use termites in a stage that has walls, it'll destroy all the walls in that stage and allow you to send ground-based units. So that's really good, because especially right now, because we don't have a lot of flying units. So that's another reason why you might want to have a bunch of flying units. You never have to worry about walls. But what we have to worry about is finishing off the rest of the Imperial forces here and saving those girls who've been kidnapped from that city. But we'll do that in our next episode. Take care, have a good day. Bye!